1969, there was the first lunar landing, which is the Apollo 13 mission. So that kind of was gave me the inspiration to kind of name it something to do with space, this whole show. The English name Rock and Talk, it kind of incorporates the 上太空说的那个部分. It's a rock concert. We have a very, very small, tight band. There's actually, including myself, there's actually only 5 people in the band. So if you compare it to a lot of Chinese concerts, it's 编制上面来讲, there's not that many people. And for me, I've always wanted to do a show that didn't have like 10 people on stage. For a lot of concerts, it's like the more the better. But for me, it's all about cutting down on the people on stage. Because the more people on stage, the more kind of cluttered the sound becomes. I think another reason is because I really wanted to kind of bring back the whole band kind of sound. So the rock and talk, the rock part is kind of like the rock band part, which is kind of going back, for me, going back to when I was in high school. Because I used to play in bands. So that kind of brought back a lot of the high school memories and playing kind of the songs from the 60s and 70s. The talking part is the sharing part of the show, which is the 上台跟说 part of the show. And one of the things that is very different about this show compared to a lot of other shows is I'm not going for a huge venue. I'm not going for a huge audience. So even though we're going to be playing at the indoor stadium this time, I purposely wanted to limit the amount of people at the show. And it's not that we couldn't, play at a larger venue. It's just because the larger the venue, sometimes it kind of affects the way the program is structured. The things you say, the things you share are kind of different. So the whole kind of scope of the show becomes different. And a lot of people have been asking me, and especially obviously the Taiwan media, has been asking me questions like, oh, is it because you're worried about sales, ticket sales, or are you worried about 票房, and that's why you're holding a smaller show? No, it's not. It's because I enjoy doing a smaller show. And for me, doing a smaller show, in a way, is actually, it actually makes it tougher on me. Because I have to do more shows sometimes in certain cities. It's not about ticket sales, it's really about the program that kind of we're building. And I think the other thing about the show that's kind of different is that it's not all my songs that I'm going to be presenting. We're going to be singing a lot of songs that influenced me from the 60s and 70s. And that, I think, is something that's also kind of different about this concert.